We don't have a lot of people coming into the state capitol through our policy committee process and our budget hearing process like you have in the room today. That's a problem. As long as our issues are framed as the state is going to hurt the county, a lot of people hear that as governments competing for dollars in order to try to balance their own budgets. And the real fact here is that we absolutely have overlapping, identical, common constituencies. Anything you can do with your greater ability to drum up grassroots support, to get letters into the portals. People don't have to go to Sacramento anymore. There's a tremendous amount of activity that comes into every analysis on every bill, including the budget bills, that's just basically the same kind of testimony we've heard today, but it should be coming in droves. We hear a lot from your lobbyists. Every county has those, but it's important for us to hear from actual residents. Our process is that the governor puts out a base budget in January that, frankly, is oftentimes a piece of gamesmanship work. We are asking for something to be put back in the budget that should have never been cut in the first place. So you're right to identify things like the uninsured Medi-Cal cuts that shouldn't happen. We are then forced, when the governor does that, to ask for that money back, which obviously opens the door for him to ask for something from us as well, maybe something he likes a little more than we do. Everything that you've asked for, this group of senators and assembly members have pushed very, very hard for ever since that base budget proposal came out. The governor at this point is calling the January budget a balanced budget, despite the fact that it's built on these draconian state-funded Medi-Cal cuts. And the appetite for new revenue measures thus far has revolved around closing the so-called Water's Edge loophole, which would raise a few $1 billion, and a Medi-Cal backfill that's targeted at large employers, big retailers, you know who they are, and others who basically provide no health care benefits and push their employees, onto our Medicaid rolls, insured or uninsured. With a 2/3 vote of both houses, we could correct that now. When you combine those two things, you pick up as much as $12 billion a year. I don't know how any executive in any state criticizes HR1 in the federal government for making draconian Medi-Cal cuts while at the same time putting a state budget out that does the same damn thing.